Episode 1. The King Returns. A good news, sir. Harish, who had his phone pressed to his ear, gasped slightly. He couldn't believe what he had just heard. 100% confirmed, sir. You're rich again, the voice from the other end shouted excitedly. But how? Harish asked in disbelief. That investment you made in Stone Company years ago? It has multiplied several times. Right now, the amount you're holding is more than your family's total net worth. Consider it the wisest decision you've ever made. I'm sure your grandfather would be extremely proud, the bank manager said with conviction. Harish bit his lip, tears threatening to escape. I don't think so. 2 years ago, I lost everything because of that same investment. My grandfather, he asked me to leave the house. Sir, maybe it all happened for a reason. Staying in the stock market is a brave thing. It's like a roller coaster. Scary, thrilling, but rewarding. If you stay long enough, you'll earn much more than what you lost. Look at you now. Overnight, you've become the king of an empire. The manager tried to reassure him. Sitting alone in the room, Harish looked around and asked, Does my family know about this yet? Not yet. But if they find out, your grandfather will welcome you back with open arms. That's the only thing I can confirm for sure. As of this moment, officially, you are the richest person in our empire, the manager declared. A small smile curved on Harish's face. We'll deal with that later. For now, how much exactly do I have? He asked, curiosity growing. Just then, a loud voice echoed from the living room. He could clearly hear someone shouting, Hey, officer! Where did you go? How many jobs do you need? I'm right here, Harish called out quickly and brought the phone back to his ear. I have to go now. Thank you so much for calling and sharing this incredible news. But I need one more favor, he whispered. Sir, please, just say the word. I'll do anything to help, the manager said reassuringly. Please don't tell anyone about this for a few days. I want to keep it a secret for now, Harish requested. Understood, sir. Absolutely. I get it, the manager replied. For the first time in a long time, Harish stood up with a confident smile and ended the call. Taking a towel in his hand, he wiped his face and walked straight into the kitchen. His mother-in-law, Geeta, was standing in front of the sink washing her hands. Her eyebrows lifted sharply as she heard him come in. It was not a welcoming look. She turned and said sharply, Anyway, since you're here, can you clean up these dishes? A small smile formed on Harish's face. The water splashed on me earlier. I just came to change clothes. I thought I'd be quick, but I'll get to the rest of the dishes, he said. Oh, that's sweet, if that's what you thought. We've had an unpaid guest in this house for 2 years now. The least you can do is help with chores. No one will complain if you do just that, Geeta said sarcastically. Harish bit his lip again, struggling to contain his emotions. I pay rent to stay here, and in these past 2 years I've repaired quite a few things around the house without calling anyone from outside. But I guess there's no point talking about that now. It'll just create unnecessary tension. Things are already strained between me and him. I don't want to give his parents any more reasons to dislike me, he thought silently. Then turning toward Geeta, he said gently, Yes, Auntie. You've done a lot for me and Santana. The least I can do is help around the house. I've finished up those chores. If you need anything else, just let me know. I'll take care of it. If possible, you could earn some money. You know how grand Santana's wedding is going to be. How many guests will be there? Geeta said coldly. Harish couldn't help but think about that phone call again, the one that could change everything. Of course, Auntie. I'm working not just for the money, but to show her my love too. Just wait and watch. I'll prove to all of you that I'm worthy of Santana. That's a promise, he said confidently. I'm not sure I believe you. The only reason you're not divorcing our daughter is probably because you think she made a foolish mistake, marrying you without a prenup. She's the chairman of a major company. If she divorces you, you could walk away with half her fortune. That's not going to happen, Gita said sternly. Auntie, I would never do that. I love your daughter deeply. I know you may not believe me right now, but one day, you'll see, I was always telling the truth. Don't miss what's next, only on NK Audio Story. Episode 2, No More. My era. Harish sat in silence, deep in thought. I'll come tomorrow and meet you, Grandpa. We've got so much to talk about, he whispered. My grandpa. There's nothing in my hands that ever tore me away from my family. But to deal with the pain of losing everything, I had to die inside, numb and emotionless. It affected everything, my marriage, my career. But now, something's changed. My investment in Penguin has multiplied beyond belief. Everything's about to flip. I'm going to become my old self again. But first, I want to know just how rich I really am. Harish picked up his old wallet and pulled out a black VIP card. He hadn't touched it in over 2 years. Even his wife, Santana, didn't know about this card. I've found a way out, he muttered, flipping the card and dialing the VIP number on the back. Hello, Mr. Harish. Welcome to Black Card Private VIP Customer Service. How can I assist you today? A soft, elegant voice answered. Hi. I want to check my account balance, Harish said, excitement leaking through his voice. Certainly, please hold a moment, the woman replied, then went quiet. Hello, Mr. Harish. Are you still on the line? Yes, I am. Can you check my balance? Harish asked again. Mr. Harish, I'm sorry, but I can't confirm this over the phone. Your account appears to hold a balance so large, our computer systems can't compute it. There are more digits than our systems are designed to handle. You'll have to visit our VIP office in person. Is that okay with you? For a moment, Harish was speechless. I'm sorry. Are you telling me that my balance has more digits than your system can process? He asked, stunned. Yes, sir. I've been working here for nearly 10 years, and I've never seen anything like this before. If my guess is right, you might be the richest man in the entire state. Harish hung up and couldn't contain his excitement. He shouted, Yahoo! From the other side of the room, he heard Darshini's mocking voice. Did you hear that, Santana? Your husband wants to check his bank balance. How hilarious is that? She said sarcastically. Harish burst through the door and ran to Santana. I'm sorry. I didn't think I'd ever say this, but I overheard you saying your company needs 4 crores or it'll go bankrupt. I can solve that problem, he said with determination. Darshini burst out laughing. What? You're going to help Santana? Ha! Harish, come on. She doesn't need 4 crores. She barely needs 4,000 rupees. You've been mooching off her for years. I tried to see you as a hero, but you just keep disappointing us. Harish stepped back, looked both women in the eye, and said firmly, Darshini, remember this moment. One day soon, I'll come to you and say, I told you so. And then I'll see where you hide your face. Santana interrupted them both sharply. Enough! I don't like that my company's struggles are being turned into a joke. This isn't a game. People's lives and jobs are on the line. Harish, I'd be grateful if you could give me 4 crore rupees. But let's be honest. Since the day we got married, you haven't held a steady job. You and I both know you can't arrange that kind of money. And Darshini, I appreciate your concern, but even you can't help me right now. I need rest. Tomorrow's going to be a tough day, she said, her voice cracking, then walked away, not even saying goodnight. Harish stood silently for a moment, then whispered, All right, and walked away quietly. Knowing Santana needed space, he didn't follow her. He curled up on the couch in the hall instead. Lying there, he couldn't stop replaying the call with customer service. Am I really the richest man in Tamil Nadu? If that's true, then I'm back in the same position I was before I met Santana. She deserves to see the real me again. From this moment, everything is going to change. I'm going to build an empire for her, Harish thought, falling asleep with a determined smile. The next morning, he woke to the voice of his mother-in-law, Tilka, scolding him. Another night wasted playing video games and sleeping on the couch like a freeloader. I can't believe my daughter ever married you." Harish rolled off the couch. "Auntie, that's not it. He began, but she cut him off. "I came to tell you about Santana. She needs a ride to work." "Okay, I'll go check on her," Harish said. "Good. You'll need to drive her today. Her car is with me." "But I don't have a car. Just an old bike," Harish replied, embarrassed. "Then what are you standing here for? Go and take her." "Yes, ma'am," he said, and walked quickly to Santana's room, knocking on the door. "Santana, are you ready?" he called out. "Yes, I'm running late. I don't have time to talk. I have to get to work quickly," she answered, clearly stressed. "That's why I came. Your mom asked me to drive you today," Harish said. The door opened, and Harish froze. Santana looked stunning, dressed in a pinstripe business suit. He couldn't take his eyes off her. "You look incredible," he murmured. "Thanks. But can we talk in the car?" "I really can't be late," she replied, checking her watch. "Sure, let's go," he said, starting his old bike. As Santana climbed on behind him, Harish made a silent promise. "I love this feeling. From now on, I'll take full responsibility for your happiness. I'm becoming the Harish you once fell in love with." While stopped at a red light, Harish noticed Santana biting her lower lip, a sign she was under pressure. "What's wrong, Santana? You look amazing. But I know you only bite your lip when you're stressed." "Yes, Harish. I am stressed. I checked the financials this morning. It's worse than I feared. The investor I was counting on has backed out. We'll likely have to announce bankruptcy by the end of this week. And as chairperson, I'll have to take full responsibility for everything." She paused, her voice trembling. "It's all my fault." Harish reached back to comfort her. "Nothing is your fault, Santana. But as the head of the company, I'm still responsible," she said, just as the light turned green. "Hari, can you cook some pasta later? I'm going to be exhausted tonight." She smiled weakly. Harish accelerated. Soon they arrived at Santana's office. As she stepped off the bike, she smiled. "I never expected you to bring me to work like this. If I'd known, I would have asked sooner." Before Harish could respond, a loud engine purred nearby. A brand new BMW pulled up beside them. The door opened, and a tall, well-dressed man stepped out. "Hi, Ashok," Santana greeted him warmly. Ashok smiled and walked straight up to her, completely ignoring Harish. "Good morning, Santana. Great to see you," he said, shaking her hand. Then he turned, noticing Harish. "Whoa, Chanda. Couldn't get a better ride? If you'd told me, I would have picked you up myself. That bike's awful." Harish chuckled awkwardly and replied, "I'm not a cab driver. I'm her husband." Ashok's face froze in surprise. Harish extended his hand. "Harish, nice to meet you." Ashok hesitantly shook his hand. "Oh, you're the famous Harish. I've heard a lot about you. Darshini told me everything. Santana's best friend, right? She said you're exactly as expected." Santana looked embarrassed. "Ashok, you're overstepping," she muttered. "I'm just messing around, Chanda. Harish doesn't take things seriously, right?" Ashok said with a smirk. "I'm fine being a joke. After all, I'm used to clowns," Harish shot back. Ashok's face tensed slightly, but he quickly recovered. "Anyway, Santana, I couldn't stop thinking about you. So I got you a little something." He opened the car door, pulled out a box, and handed it to her. "Open it. I think you'll love it," he said with a smug smile. Santana opened it. Her eyes widened. "Oh my God. This is the most beautiful necklace I've ever seen. Ashok, you didn't have to. This must have cost a fortune." "I knew you'd love it," he replied proudly. Harish stood in silence, watching, processing, burning. To hear what happens next, Stay tuned for the next episode on NK Audio Stories. Episode 3. Hill After Hill. I'm going to help Santana save the company, but before that, take care of Ashok. He's not doing well. First thing, get him away from Santana. Harish noticed a dazzling necklace in Ashok's hand. He instantly recognized it. It was the same necklace Ashok had bought for Santana. The design was exquisite. Tiny, glittering crystals surrounded a massive diamond centerpiece. The moment Harish saw it, he blurted out, "Wait, is that the Dream Lover necklace?" Ashok looked up and asked, "What did you just say?" Harish collected himself and replied, "It can't be real. That necklace is from a famous French designer. It's made with 180 premium crystals and a 3-carat diamond. Only 10 exist in the whole world. This must be a replica." Ashok gave a soft smile. "Yeah, it's not real. Buying the original was impossible, so I had this custom made for 500,000 rupees. But one day, I'll buy you the real one, Santana." Santana smiled gently and closed the gift box. "It's okay, Ashok. I know you can't buy the original. Besides, only 10 people in the world own it. 2 years ago, it was auctioned for 300 million rupees. So don't worry, this one's beautiful too." "Thank you," Ashok forced a smile, but deep inside, helplessness weighed him down. "My total net worth is 350 million. I could never afford the real thing." Tension builds. As Harish reached out to examine the necklace, his hand slipped. It tumbled to the floor. Ashok exploded. "Harish, I bought that for Santana. What the hell are you doing?" Santana stepped in, trying to defuse the situation. "Harish, please apologize to Ashok. This is my workplace, and I have a lot to handle today." Harish, clearly annoyed, muttered, "Sorry it fell." But Ashok wasn't ready to forgive. After Santana left, Harish casually picked up the necklace and tossed it back at Ashok. The moment it hit the ground, the fake diamond popped out and rolled away. "It's just a replica, Ashok." Harish smirked and walked toward his bike. Ashok, seething with rage, picked up a nearby stone and hurled it at the bike, shattering its taillight. For a second, Ashok grinned in satisfaction. But what he didn't know was that his life was about to be turned upside down. Santana's dilemma. Santana sat in her office, gazing out the window, her thoughts clouded with anxiety. If Ashok doesn't bring in the investor, what will happen to the company? Harish should understand, but he... Her phone rang. Harish. "I can't talk right now, Harish," she said quietly. His voice was steady, serious. "Santana, I know how much pressure you're under, but Ashok means nothing to me." She hesitated, then replied, "He's our last chance. Ashok told me that Shanmukh Rajeshwaran is coming to invest. If he does, the company might survive." Harish gave a faint smile. "You're right, but there's one thing you didn't know. The Rajeshwaran family is going bankrupt, except for one of them, who still happens to be the richest man in the state. And today, he'll do what I say." Santana was stunned. "I promise you, everything will be all right. And I love you, Santana." Her eyes welled up. "I know." Harish hung up. He took a deep breath and dialed a number he hadn't called in 2 years, the man who had once thrown him out of his own home. The call connected. A deep voice on the other end spoke first. "I knew you'd call," Harish replied without hesitation. "2 conditions. First, get me the real Dream Lover necklace by 6 p.m. tonight. Second, destroy Ashok's business." Will Harish succeed in his ruthless plan? What's coming next? Stay tuned to NK Audio Stories to find out. Episode: Scream Every Word. Harish ended the call with his grandfather and took a deep breath. "Everything's about to flip. I finally started playing on my own terms. This is going to be fun," he muttered with a slight smirk. Just then, a message popped up on his phone. It was from Santana. I'm sorry for the way I spoke earlier. I hope things between us can go back to how they used to be. But first, where is the knight? Just a reminder, we have a family gathering soon. Can I get a nice new outfit for the party? You know my family pretty well. There's already a lot of pressure on me at work. Did you make a good impression on them? That would really help me. Harish smiled, reading it. Of course. I'll do whatever you want. You may not want to see me now, but I promise today I'll act just like you would. I'll make your family proud. I love you, he replied, typing carefully. Harish, who was sitting on his bike, removed his helmet and looked up. In front of him stood a palace-like mansion, one of the grandest in the city's wealthiest district. A few minutes later, he was inside, seated in the grand hall that once belonged to his grandfather. Across from him stood his stepfather, Anand. Your grandfather couldn't make it, Anand said, so he sent me instead. Without warning, Anand stepped closer and raised his hand as if to strike, but Harish didn't flinch. Staring back at Anand, Harish replied coldly, Good to see you too. Looks like you've changed over the years. Enjoying the free life, huh? Oh, please. You kicked me out of the house. What freedom? Harish asked sarcastically. Harish, I didn't mean for things to turn out this way. I didn't expect what happened with your mom, Anand began. Stop, Harish cut him off sharply. I'm not here to talk about the past. Let's get straight to it. How much does the Rajeshwaran family need? Running a business himself, Anand hesitated before responding. It's not much. Nothing huge. Harish raised an eyebrow. Not much? And what does not much mean in your dictionary? 8,000 crores, Anand admitted reluctantly. Harish laughed dryly. So 8,000 crores is nothing now? You threw me out of the house over an investment, and now this? We made a mistake. I won't deny that, Anand said, his tone softening. We made bad decisions, but right now, we need help. Will you help us, Harish? Harish stood from his seat. I just remembered something urgent. I need to go, he said flatly. Anand blocked his path, his tone turning desperate. If you don't help us now, the Rajeshwaran Empire will collapse. I'm begging you. Only you can save us. I've already informed our board to approve the terms you set. Please don't back out now. Harish paused and stared at him in silence. I don't even want to help this family, he finally said. 8,000 crores is massive. I don't even think I have that kind of money. So how exactly am I supposed to help you? Harish, Anand pleaded, don't be cruel. Haven't you checked the value of your shares? You're not pretending, are you? The 20% stake you bought in Penguin Corp is now worth 9,300 crores. You could cover this and still be richer than any of us. Harish's heart skipped a beat. Wait, I own 9,000 crores now? This morning I had just 5,000 rupees. He stared at Anand. 2 years ago, when Grandpa told me to leave the family, no one even remembered I existed. So tell me, why should I care about this family now? Anand had no answer. I'm married now. Did you know that? The same day you kicked me out, I became part of another family. Why would they be loyal to me if I came from a family that abandoned me? Harish's voice grew sharper. If this family isn't bankrupt already, it soon will be. But don't worry. I won't let you mourn my death either. Because as long as I'm alive, you won't need to care about me at all. Anand remained silent, guilt heavy on his face. Harish, we made a terrible mistake. I apologize on behalf of the entire family. Please, help us now. If you don't, the Rajeshwaran legacy will be lost forever. Harish's face remained expressionless. He said nothing for a while. Then, Anand offered him something he never expected. Harish, help us, and I'll make you the chairman of Tiana Media. I just need 1 day to complete the formalities. By tomorrow, that company will be yours. Harish raised an eyebrow. Tiana Media? That's Aunt Aquila's gift to the family. She uses it to promote Madhav's content. Isn't it a bit too easy for you to offer? She'll do what's best for the family, and Tiana Media is our most profitable company. Also one of the most successful entertainment brands in the country. It'll be yours now." Grinding his teeth, Harish replied, "Fine, Siddhapa. I accept. Let Tiana Media be the first brick in my empire. I have work to do. What I said earlier wasn't a lie. I really do have to leave." As he turned to go, Anand called out, "Wait, so you're really going to help us?" "Yes," Harish replied. "I've saved my money, and I've saved this family. Just remember, family matters more than money." Anand, eyes welling with emotion, bowed his head. "After everything we did to you, you still chose to help us. You've saved our family from ruin. Thank you, Harish." Later that day, Harish returned home, checked the time, and hopped onto his bike. It's time for the college reunion, he thought. We're meeting again after all these years, just before we graduated. I can't wait to see them. I've grown so much. I can feel it. My life is about to change forever. I'm going to win back my family's pride, make my classmates jealous, earn my mother-in-law's respect, and most importantly, I'll win Santana's love. He smiled, whistling as he drove home to change for the party. Meanwhile, Santana was walking down the hallway at work when she heard laughter from the break room. Curious, she stepped in and saw her co-workers giggling while watching something on their phones. She leaned closer. It was a video of Harish riding his bike, the back broken. A woman in the group snickered, "This is comedy gold. I don't know how Madam ended up marrying someone who rides a bike like that. I've never seen anyone like him." "Seriously," another said, rolling her eyes. "How hasn't she divorced him already?" A third woman chimed in. "You know what's even funnier? This morning I heard him promise her a dream lover necklace. Can you believe that?" They all burst out laughing again. "I bet he thinks it's some candy from a discount store. Poor Madam, spending her own money while he dreams about buying her jewelry. What a joke." They kept laughing, completely unaware that Santana was standing right behind them. Then one of the women spotted her, and the laughter instantly died. Everyone froze. I'm sorry, Madam. We didn't know you were here." Santana stepped forward, arms folded, and looked at them coldly. "There's a lot you don't know," she said quietly, each word cutting through the silence like a blade. "So before you call me foolish, be careful. I won't be smiling the same way anymore." She turned and walked away. The silence in the room was deafening. Episode, title, Ascent, so different. "I'm truly sorry, ma'am. Please, let's head back to our table," said one of Santana's co-workers as they quickly walked away, apologizing. Their conversation had clearly upset her. Santana returned to her office, shut the door tightly behind her, leaned against it, and began to cry. Her thoughts spiraled. "I know Harish isn't a fool. I know that much. But still, what is going on? I just want to understand. I've been fighting so hard to keep this relationship alive, but I can't do it alone. Still, no matter what, I'm not going to give up on him so easily," Santana whispered to herself through her tears. Meanwhile, back at Harish's house, his mother-in-law, Thilaka, walked in and saw him casually watching TV on the couch. She walked right up and said, "Harish, come here. I have something to ask you." Harish, a bit puzzled, got up and walked toward her. "You and Santana have been married for 2 years now," she began. "We still don't have a grandchild. Is there a genetic issue in your family preventing childbirth?" Harish's expression changed. Clearly caught off guard, he stammered, "No, nothing like that. My parents are both healthy. We've never heard of any such issue in the family." But Thilaka narrowed her eyes suspiciously. "Is that so? Still, we hardly know anything about your parents. So why should we trust your word?" she pressed. "I'll arrange a medical screening. You'll ask your parents to come along. I want to know if there are any genetic issues involved." Harish raised his brows in protest. "That's really not necessary. They're fine. I don't want you wasting money on something unnecessary," she smirked. "Why are you so nervous then? I'll be asking your parents for their checkup too. It's for your own good. So just do as I say." Not waiting for a response, Talaka picked up her purse. "I've got errands. We'll talk more with the rest of the family tonight during our walk." And with that, she left. Harish stood still for a moment, sighed, then glanced at his watch. "It's time for the reunion. I'll deal with the rest later," he muttered, changing clothes quickly and heading out on his bike toward a grand hotel downtown. At the hotel parking lot, Harish smoothed his hair in his bike's mirror when a voice called from behind. "Harish? Is that really you?" It was AJ, his old classmate, stepping out of a Mercedes-Benz. Harish's eyes lit up. "AJ, you haven't aged a day since college. Still as popular as ever, too, huh?" AJ laughed. "Guess I've been lucky." "And this car. Damn, man," Harish said, visibly impressed. But AJ glanced at Harish's old bike and raised an eyebrow. "You still riding this thing? You actually came here on that?" Harish smiled proudly. "Yeah, it's one of the first things I bought with my own money. There's something special about earning something yourself, not just being given things." AJ shrugged, amused. "Nice story, man." "Come on, let's see who else made it," Harish said, walking in beside him. As they entered the ballroom, eyes turned. People began whispering, surprised to see them together. "Ajay, it's been so long!" someone shouted excitedly. Others began flocking toward him. Ajay gestured toward Harish. "Look who I brought! Harish, the man of the hour!" he joked. But behind the smiles, the whispers grew. "Wasn't Harish kind of a nobody back in college? Maybe we never really knew him." "I mean, he is with Ajay now." Harish scanned the room, self-conscious. "Maybe I shouldn't have come. My outfit's way too plain. They'll probably all look down on me." He turned to Ajay. "I'll go grab a seat. Catch up with you later." "Sure thing," Ajay replied, slipping into the crowd. Harish sat at an empty table, watching quietly, soaking in the moments. Suddenly, the crowd stirred again. Ritika had entered. "Whoa, she's still that beautiful," someone gasped. "She was the college beauty queen," said another. "Looks like nothing's changed." Harish stood up, ready to greet her, but Ajay had already reached her. "Riddhi, forgot about us, huh?" Ajay teased. Ritika smiled warmly. "Ajay, you've barely changed," she said, almost like a compliment and a jab in one. "When we were in college, we dated," she added with a playful smirk. "Not such a bad thing, huh?" "Those were the good old days," Ajay said. "But seriously, what are you up to now?" Ritika's smile brightened. "Well, I might be signing a contract soon with Tiana Media, part of Rajeshwaran Group, one of the biggest media firms in the country." "Wow, congrats! I'm going to start telling everyone that the Ritika is my friend," Ajay said, making her blush. "I haven't signed yet, but talks are going well," she replied. Meanwhile, across the room, a group of women sat near Harish, whispering among themselves. "Did you hear? Ritika's signing with Tiana Media. That's huge! She's gonna be famous!" "Let's get her autograph now, while we still can," one said. All three women rushed over to Ritika, giggling like fans. "Ritika, we want your autograph!" they chimed. Ritika smiled and chatted with them graciously. Harish watched all of it unfold, quietly impressed. She really stuck to her dreams. I'm genuinely happy for her. He thought about it more. Tiana Media. If she's going to be part of that, then it makes sense for me to get to know her better, especially since I'm about to become the official owner of the company. Building relationships is key. It'll help run things smoother. As he saw Ritika sit down a few seats away, his heart fluttered a little. Excitedly, he walked over and said, "Hey, mind if I sit here?" Ritika didn't even glance up. "Sorry, I'm saving that seat for Jessica," she said curtly. Harish pointed, confused at the woman already sitting rows ahead. "But Jessica's already over there." Then Ritika frowned and turned her head. "It's you. There's some kind of smell. It's unpleasant. I'd prefer if you sat somewhere else," she said, as if slapping him across the face with her words. Harish froze. He had showered, put on clean clothes. Maybe her nose is overly sensitive, he reasoned. But the damage was done. Others around him started to laugh, whispering, mocking. The joy on Harish's face twisted into quiet pain and growing anger. To be continued. Episode: The Wages of Waiting, Kana. Ritika didn't like Harish sitting next to her. She frowned and asked him to change his seat. Embarrassed, Harish's face turned red. The other classmates laughed at him. "Are they mocking me? Laugh all you want. One day I'm going to build an empire so massive that you'll all look like fools in front of me. If you think I'm an idiot today, you'll bow before my mother's greatness tomorrow. That day isn't far away." Harish thought to himself, standing up with quiet resolve. Just then, Nikhil, his childhood friend, walked in and noticed the tension. Without saying a word, he grabbed Harish's arm and pulled him to the corner of the party hall. "Harish, why are you letting Ritika get under your skin? Not every girl is meant to be in our story, bro. Don't stress over someone who clearly doesn't value you. We've known each other for a long time. Now, how about we get something to eat?" Nikhil said, trying to lighten the mood. Harish turned to glance at Ritika again. She was laughing flirtatiously with Ajay, clearly enjoying herself. Harish smirked bitterly and looked away. That was the last time he looked in her direction. The DJ turned up the music, and people started dancing. Ritika, known since childhood for her dance moves, was quickly pulled onto the floor by others chanting, "Come on, Ritika, show us what you've got!" At first, she hesitated, pretending to be shy. But soon she started dancing with striking confidence. Her shimmering outfit and graceful sway caught every eye in the room. The way she moved was magnetic. It was a reunion, yes, but to some, it felt more like a competition for Ritika's attention. Several guys began trying to impress her, flashing their car keys and boasting about their wealth. "No thanks," Ritika replied coolly. "My own car and driver are waiting outside." With a dismissive wave, she walked away in style and slid into her vehicle. The guys who had just moments ago been talking big about winning her over were left speechless. Nikhil watched her drive away and said quietly, "She's stunning, man. I'd do anything for a girl like that." Harish didn't respond. He simply smiled. Nikhil couldn't understand what that smile meant. Harish was reminded of his wife, Santana, who once told him, "What's the point of being beautiful if you don't have respect? Pride without grace is just arrogance. No matter how stunning someone is, without humility, they lose their worth." Harish thought of Santana again. Even though she's gorgeous, Santana's never had a hint of arrogance, he mused. Just then, his phone rang. The ringtone, an old romantic song, echoed through the room. Some turned around in surprise. "Vanilla, Vanilla, will you come to the sky with me?" "What kind of retro ringtone is that?" someone whispered. Harish looked at the caller ID. It said, "Wife." He smiled. "I was just thinking about her, and she called. That's destiny," he thought, a warm look spreading across his face. Santana's voice came through clear and direct. "Harish, we've got a family gathering tonight. Did you pick up your suit? Wear it and be ready. I'll meet you there." Then she hung up. Only then did Harish realize. He hadn't picked up his outfit yet. "Damn, I totally forgot," he muttered and rushed out. He explained the situation to Nikhil, then jumped on his electric bike and sped off toward the mall. A group of girls noticed him racing off. "Wow, Harish showed up on that tiny scooter for the reunion," one of them said mockingly. "What if it runs out of charge?" He'll probably push it himself, or maybe carry it on his head, another joked. They laughed loudly. Harish, although a bit away, heard every word. That laughter stuck with him. That's enough? One day I'll give you all a proper answer. He swore silently and hit the accelerator harder. Meanwhile, Santana was at her office. As she stepped outside, a man in a black suit suddenly appeared in front of her, holding a gift box. "Who are you?" she asked, startled. "This is a special gift from our boss to you," he said politely, handing over the box. Santana blinked, confused. Her two assistants walked up beside her, equally intrigued. "Wow, ma'am. Someone gave you a gift. Do you have a secret admirer?" one teased. "Don't be silly. I'm a public figure, I have fans," Santana said, brushing it off, though she hesitated to open the box. "Who is your boss?" she asked the man. "Sorry, ma'am, I'm not allowed to say. But you'll figure it out. The gift is personalized and it's meant for tonight only," the man replied, before walking away. Her assistants nudged her. "Come on, open it already!" When she finally did, all three gasped. Inside was a Dream Lover necklace, one of only 10 in the world, sparkling like lightning under the light. Her assistants nearly snatched it from her hands in excitement. "Oh my God, is this real?" one whispered, eyes wide. It was real. Santana, a longtime admirer of rare luxury jewelry, instantly recognized it. "Who could have given me this?" she wondered. "A shock? No. He wouldn't splurge like this. Could it be?" Her heart softened unexpectedly. "If I wear this tonight, every eye at the gathering will be on me. They'll be green with envy." The thought made her pulse race. Back with Harish, he was struggling to find something suitable to wear. Every store he visited fell short of his expectations. Finally, he called his personal secretary, arranged by his stepfather, and described what he needed. The secretary, highly efficient, delivered a hand-tailored suit within 30 minutes. Harish returned home. Santana stood in front of a mirror, admiring the Dream Lover necklace around her delicate neck. She really loves the gift, Harish thought, watching from a distance. That necklace looks perfect on her. It's like it was made for her. But when Santana noticed him, her face turned neutral. Without a word, she pretended not to see him and focused on her outfit. What's with her coldness? Harish thought. Darling, I will build an empire and lay it at your feet. I'll turn you into a queen. From tomorrow you'll see a new Harish. He left the room. Tilaka, seated on the couch, noticed the bag in Harish's hand. Is that your outfit? Go change. We're leaving in 5, she ordered. Yes, ma'am. I'll be fast, he said and rushed to get ready. He returned quickly, dressed sharply. Not bad, Tilaka said. It's decent enough. Now let's glam you up a bit. Santana walked out, saw Harish, and her expression softened slightly, but she didn't say anything. She just walked out ahead of him. The three arrived at the grand family estate where the gathering was held. Dozens of luxury cars lined the driveway. Everyone there recognized Santana and Tilaka. But Harish was invisible to most, except one, Santana's cousin, Karthik. He always made it a point to humiliate Harish during these events. Spotting him, Karthik smirked and shouted loud enough for everyone to hear, "Look who decided to dress like a human today!" He patted Harish on the shoulder mockingly. I've seen this suit before, yeah. It was on sale near the metro station. Hundreds were fighting over it for a few bucks. People nearby burst into laughter. Santana looked at Harish, embarrassed and angry. I was the one who asked him to buy a suit. Why did he pick something so cheap? He always finds a way to make me uncomfortable, she thought. Harish adjusted his collar and looked calmly at Karthik. I'm disappointed you said that. Actually, I didn't pay for this suit at all, he said coolly. Karthik howled. What? You didn't pay? What, the store owner gave it for free out of pity? Everyone laughed again. Santana and Tilaka's expressions shifted. Santana whispered, "Harish, let's just go sit down." She didn't want him here in the first place, but had no choice. Family rules. Karthik continued, "Oh, come on, Santana. Your husband doesn't even know how to buy a decent outfit. If his suit costs under 1,000 rupees, what about yours? 500? Maybe?" He looked her up and down with a smirk. Then, puffing up with pride, Karthik announced, "To attend this event, I went to one of India's top designers and spent 2 lakh rupees on this custom-made suit." Gasps filled the room. 2 lakhs? Murmured the crowd. Karthik raised his chin in arrogance. He had no idea what was coming. Harish, quiet for so long, was finally done. A storm was about to break, and Karthik wouldn't see it coming. Episode title, The Party and the Power Move. Harish shot a sharp glance at Karthik, then patted his shoulder casually. "Seriously, man, who told you to touch whatever walks by?" Karthik jumped like someone had stepped on a live wire. He grabbed Harish by the shoulders, yelling, "Harish, know your limits!" But Harish stayed calm, hands in his pockets, cool as ever, like nothing had happened. "You think wearing a tailored suit makes you a big shot? You spent what, 2 lakhs on it? That's cute." Harish smirked. "By the way, like my Santana's casual look? She's more into jewelry, though." With that, Harish pulled Santana closer. She was already surprised, but now she looked completely stunned. "Karthik," Harish said with a sly grin, "don't you want a Dream Lover necklace too? It's about 100 times more expensive than whatever junk you're wearing." A hush fell over the room. All eyes turned to Santana, and more specifically, to her necklace. Wait, is that really the Dream Lover necklace? The rumor spread through the hall like wildfire. Impossible! Even billionaires don't have that necklace. How does she have it? Girls rushed to Santana to see the piece up close. Even the guys looked at her differently. In just one move, Harish had humiliated Karthik and turned Santana into the star of the evening. Santana stared at Harish, confused but intrigued. "He's different tonight," she thought. Karthik couldn't take it anymore. His voice full of rage, he snapped, "You think you can fool us, Santana? That necklace can't be real. You don't have the money for it. It's fake." Harish looked straight into his eyes and said calmly, "You don't need to worry about our money. And we sure as hell don't need to explain anything to you." Suddenly, a firm, authoritative voice rang out. "What's going on here?" The crowd froze. "Grandma?" Karthik's face lit up as he turned and saw Anuradha Jayaraman walking in, regal in a mulberry silk sari. He rushed to her, but her smile faded the moment she saw Harish standing with Santana. Harish knew Anuradha Patty didn't like him. Not that he cared. She took Karthik by the hand and led him toward the main table. "Everyone, take your seats." Episode, The CEO Walks In. A newcomer entered the lobby looking puzzled. "Why is there such a crowd here?" he asked. But the moment he saw Ritika, he was captivated by her beauty. He walked up confidently. "Hi, you must be Ritika. I heard you're about to sign a contract with our company. Don't expect that to happen so easily," he said bluntly. Harish glanced at the newcomer, confused, and looked at his ID card. It read, Bhaskar, production assistant. Ritika smiled charmingly at Bhaskar, an expression completely opposite to the one she'd given Harish earlier. "Ritika, why don't you come here? Is there a problem?" a familiar voice called out. Just then, Anab noticed Harish's tall figure. "And who are you?" Bhaskar asked, a hint of arrogance in his voice. "You'll find out soon enough," Harish replied sarcastically. That annoyed Bhaskar. "Listen, who does this guy think he is? The owner of the company or what?" Harish ignored the sarcasm. "You should have heard how Demira talked about my new Ferrari. She scratched it on her first day here and acted like she didn't even notice. And this Bhaskar, he looked so happy, as if Ritika had promoted him to a judge without him studying law." Bhaskar stared at Harish with a righteous glare. feeling like it was his noble duty to defend the beautiful Ritika. "Who gave you permission to bring that scooter in here?" he demanded. Mr. Bhaskar, Harish smirked. "This is just 6th Avenue. I don't need permission to ride here. And for the record, the girl hit my scooter with her car. I almost got run over. If I hadn't jumped, I'd be in a hospital." The way Harish purposely mispronounced his name and calmly responded only made Bhaskar angrier. "This is private property. You don't just bring a scooter here and blame the girl who was driving a car. What do, scam people for cash?" He kept glancing at Ritika proudly, as if expecting her to admire his heroism. Then, Ritika suddenly spoke. "Bhaskar, sir, I think he's here to join as the new security guard. But I'm honestly worried if he's even fit for the job." Bhaskar remembered they were indeed expecting a new security hire today. Looking at Harish's casual clothes and electric scooter, he assumed it must be him. "I won't let someone like you work here. Don't worry, Ritika," Bhaskar said firmly. "I'll quit before I let him take the job." He turned to Harish and snapped, "You don't even work here. Get off the premises. Don't ruin our company's image." Harish grinned. "Oh, really? And what gives a production assistant the power to fire people? And who gave you that ride?" he added with a cutting glance. Bhaskar had no answer. Ritika arrogantly said, "He doesn't have the right to fire anyone, but I'll call someone who does. Just a minute." She picked up her phone and dialed someone. "Ma'am, there's a man here at the company entrance causing a scene. Can you please come quickly?" Harish looked up with mock sorrow. "She called someone," he muttered. Moments later, a dignified woman in a formal long dress arrived, accompanied by a staff member. "What's going on, Ritika? Why are you standing here?" she asked. Harish sighed. "And here comes another one." Her ID card read, Sukanya, Department Manager. She had worked under Harish's late mother, Akilandeshwari, for years. Ritika had gotten the opportunity at this company because of Sukanya's recommendation. "Why are none of you asking him any questions? This whole crowd is judging, but no one is asking him directly?" Harish thought aloud. Everyone stood quietly as Sukanya approached. Ritika whispered something in her ear. Sukanya immediately turned to Harish. "Get your scooter out of here. Why are you creating trouble without even apologizing? Why are you being arrogant? I've already called the police." Harish laughed inside. "From Krabs to Sindula, everyone here is acting the same. Looks like a lot needs to change around here." He calmly replied, "Please do call the police. Let them come and decide who's at fault." Hearing this, Ritika's mood shifted. "Ma'am, there's no need for police. It'll just damage the company's image. He can leave quietly." Sukanya looked at Harish from head to toe. "You no longer have a job here. Leave now," she ordered and walked off with Ritika. Bhaskar followed behind them like a scolded puppy. "They don't even know what I came here to do, but they've already judged me. Great company, great staff," Harish muttered with a fake smile as he left. "Why are you still standing on the road?" Sukanya scolded Ritika. Just then, her assistant ran up breathlessly. "Ma'am, the new CEO has arrived. He's asked to see you in the office right away." "What? The new CEO's already here?" Sukanya turned to Ritika. "Come, let's go introduce you." They approached the CEO's office. Sukanya composed herself and knocked politely. "Come in," a commanding voice replied from inside. The two women entered. The CEO sat on a rolling chair, his back to them. "Good morning, sir," they said respectfully. The chair turned slowly, revealing the man behind it. "You?" Sukanya gasped. Harish, now dressed in a tailored designer suit, sat regally in the CEO's chair. Both women were stunned. Then a sweet voice entered the room. It was Nikita, his newly assigned personal assistant, chosen by his stepfather. "Excuse me, ma'am," she said, looking at Sukanya. "Why are you speaking so casually?" "This is our new CEO," Sukanya panicked. Nikita? What are you saying? He's the same guy who came in here pretending to be a guard. Nikita looked confused. What? Guard? This is Mr. Harish, the new CEO of our company. From now on, all departments report to him. It was as if lightning had struck Sukanya. Ritika looked like she was about to collapse. Harish, the CEO? Every insult from the day before came flooding back. Harish picked up a paperweight and looked at them with complete indifference. Nikita, he said calmly. That production assistant Bhaskar told me to leave the premises today. Sukanya's knees went weak. I've notified the cashier, sir, Nikita replied. Bhaskar will be given his full and final settlement. Bhaskar entered just then, and seeing Harish in the CEO chair and Sukanya begging, he froze. Sir, please. We didn't know. We made a huge mistake. It won't happen again. Please give us one more chance, Sukanya begged with folded hands. Harish looked at Ritika. Why should I give you another chance? He asked. Ritika rushed to her aunt's side. Mr. Harish, this was all my fault. Please don't be angry. Accept our apology. Harish smiled mysteriously and sat back down. He locked eyes with Ritika, who was now trembling with guilt and fear. Nikita stood silently. Bhaskar was worried about the company's image, Harish said sarcastically. He wanted to fire me. Bhaskar, meet the cashier, Nikita said firmly. Your exit process starts now. Bhaskar left without a word. Harish picked up a file while Sukanya and Ritika stood awkwardly. Is there something else you'd like to say? He asked. Sukanya stepped forward. Sir, Ritika has signed a contract with our company. Without even looking up, Harish replied. Contract letter? Signed? Really? Ritika bit her lip. Sir, you were here today to finalize that contract, remember? Harish leaned back in his chair, smiled coldly, and remained silent. Sukanya didn't know what to make of his reaction. Sir, please, she begged. Whatever punishment you choose, I'll accept it. But don't cancel Ritika's contract. Harish laughed. Ma'am Sukanya, you're acting like I'm some kind of villain. Remind me again what I did wrong. Before she could respond, someone knocked on the door. Nikita went to check and returned. Sir, Mr. Karthik from AJ Enterprises is here. He said he wants to discuss future business plans. Harish's expression changed instantly. Kick that idiot out of my office, he said coldly. Let AJ Enterprises know. If they want to do business with us, their reps better not show up uninvited again. Find someone new to deal with them. If I see that guy here again, the deal is off. Outside, Karthik was still fantasizing about sealing the deal and getting rewarded with a brand new sports car by his boss, Anuradha Bhatti, completely unaware of the storm brewing inside. Stay tuned to Nikki Narrates USA for more amazing stories. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel for more heartwarming, inspiring, and captivating tales. There's so much more to discover. See you in the next story. Stay tuned to Nikki Narrates USA for more amazing stories. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel for more heartwarming, inspiring, and captivating tales. There's so much more to discover. See you in the next story. Stay tuned to Nikki Narrates USA for more amazing stories. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel for more heartwarming, inspiring, and captivating tales. There's so much more to discover. See you in the next story. Stay tuned to Nikki Narrates USA for more amazing stories. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel for more heartwarming, inspiring, and captivating tales. There's so much more to discover. See you in the next story. And subscribe to my channel for more heartwarming, inspiring, and captivating tales. There's so much more to discover. See you in the next story.